stable traders. Welcome to today's market color being the 11th of June 2024. Thank you all for joining. And if this is your first time coming in for the market color sessions, you're also very welcome and feel at home, right? So before we ride on with this market color, I just want us to kindly share the link to this market color session to everyone on your contact list, either on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. Kindly share the word with everyone so that they can be partakers of this goodness. So I'll be giving us 30 seconds to do that. And after that, we will be heading straight to the chat. Good morning, Mr. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but good morning, sir. Constantine. I hope I got that right. Good morning, sir. So kindly share the link and then we will proceed with today's analysis. Well, I know that we're expecting to see Abby here, but she'll be with us during the New York session. Right, so just kindly share the link and then we will proceed from there. All right, so I guess that we have already done that. Right, so we'll just start the analysis from AUD USD down to NZD USD and USD CAD. Then I'll have CJ come up before us to analyze the precious metals and the yen basket. Right, so from our weekly time frame, what are we seeing on AUD USD? It is to the downside on our weekly time frame, forming lower lows and lower highs to the downside. But on our daily time frame, as we can see, the latest swing is to the upside. And what did I do? I drew my fib from point A to point B, and I expect some sort of a retracement into 50% fib level, or even better, 61.8% fib level, which is a good point for price to hold and buy to the upside. And where do I expect to hold this price? Do I expect that price will come and take out this diagonal liquidity and eventually trade into this fair value gap on our daily time frame? And for our 4-hour time frame, what can we see? We can see that price is to the upside, but we saw price breaking below and sweeping this liquidity to the downside and eventually taking out this low. But what we are seeing right now is a retracement. And where would I like to see price trade into? I'd like to see price come all the way into 61.8% fib level, which coincides with this fair value gap on our 4-hour time frame for price to sell to the downside. But if this doesn't hold and price keeps buying to the upside, then we all know that price wants to come and sweep this liquidity and eventually trade into this fair value gap on our daily time frame, right? So for our 2-hour time frame, we can also see that price is to the downside. Price has already taken out this low and this to the downside. And what we're seeing here is some sort of a retracement to either 50% fib level, or price will buy more into 61.8% fib level to continue its sell to the downside. So for AUD USD on our 4-hour time frame, our 2-hour time frame, and our 1-hour time frame, we are buying to sell. We are buying to sell AUD USD. So for our NZD USD on our weekly time frame, we can actually see that price is to the downside. And for our daily time frame, the most recent swing is to the upside. And what I did was to plot my Fibonacci retracement from point A to point B, right? And what I expect price to do is for price to sell all the way to either 50% fib level or 61.8% fib level for it to hold, and then price will buy all the way into this fair value gap on our daily time frame. But for now, I'm looking out for price to sell off before buying on our daily time frame. And for our 4-hour time frame, right, what we can see is price has already taken out this low, right? Price hasn't taken out this low, but price has already taken out this low. And I'm just going to plot my fib from point A to point B, right? And I expect that price should come to at least 61.8% fib level and sell downwards, right? And for our 1-hour time frame too, you can see a lot of voids here. There's a void here that I suspect and expect that price should come and fill. And it actually coincides with 61.8% fib level. So I expect that price should buy all the way into 61.8% fib level, and then price will hold when it gets to 61.8% fib level and sell off. So what I'll be waiting for is that retracement, and then I'll look out for my base resistance. Then to 5 minutes time frame, I'll be looking out for my bearish variation to take myself to the downside on NZD/USD. So far, please, is there any question or any contribution before I head down to the last pair, currency pair? If there are contributions or opinions or questions, please kindly type them in the chat box. Okay, while we're still doing that, okay, thank you, Mr. Jeremiah. While we're still trying to type in our questions or our contributions, I will just head straight to UCAD for the very last analysis. Right, so for our weekly time frame on USD CAD, we can see that price is actually caught up in a range, right? I know that it is to the upside, but currently price is caught up in a range rather, and of course price should break out of the range soon, I guess. But even in this range, we can still make money off it on our weekly time frame. And then for our daily time frame, we can see that price is to the upside, forming higher highs and higher lows. And I expect some sort of a reaction when price comes to this resistance level, when price taps into this resistance level on our daily time frame. There should be some sort of a reaction to the downside on UCAD. So for our 4-hour time frame, we can see that our latest swing is to the upside, right? And what I did here was plot my fib from point A to point B, right? And I expect price to come all the way to 61.8% fib level on our 4-hour time frame, and which coincides with this high. So I expect that when price trades into 61.8 level, it will push to the upside, where resistance turns to support to continue the buy to the upside on our 4-hour time frame, right? So it's pretty much the same thing for our 2-hour time frame, right? Price to the upside. I plot my fib from point A to point B, right? I expect that price should come into this level. We can actually see this resistance point. So when price trades into this resistance, I expect that resistance should turn into support and push UCAD to the upside. So for UCAD, we're expecting some sort of sell to buy, right? For price to just retrace into this level and push to the upside. So when I see some sort of a retracement to 61.8% fib level, and if price holds and I see my base support and continuation, I will head down to my 5 minutes time frame and look out for my bullish variation and ride the buy to the upside. I will ride the buy to the upside. So for your card, we are selling to buy for AUD USD. We are buying to sell. Same thing for NZD USD. We are also buying to sell, right? So we're just going to look at Forex Factory to see if there's any high impact news that could have a very high impact on our trade. But for today, there is no high impact news. So this is a safe place to trade. A safe place to trade. So you can actually take those trades and hold. Maybe 1:2 and 1:3, and you'll be good to go. So far, is there any question before I leave your presence? Contributions, opinions? I will be waiting for that. And while I'm still waiting for your contributions, this is to bring to our notice that VFT will be coming to Abuja for the live ATM cash flow training in the month of July. So if you're here to register for that, kindly chat us up on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number will be dropped on the chat box. Kindly chat. Well, for you, card, I actually said, based on my own entry, when I see some sort of a retracement to 61.8% fib level, right, and I see my base support and continuation, then I'll go down to my 5 minutes time frame for my bullish variation, and I will be entering the buy. If you don't understand the base strategy, this is a good point for you to sign up for our FX Bootcamp course, where there's going to be an extensive explanation of how the base strategy works. Right. All right, if there are no questions, I will be calling on CJ after this brief break to analyze the precious metals and the UN baskets. Cheers and God bless.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Market Color for today, the 11th of June, 2024. As you all know, and as we've always said, this Market Color is brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team and powered by your favorite broker, our favorite broker, Okta. During this session of today's Market Color, we're going to be looking at gold against the dollar, and then we're going to be having a very brief analysis on the yen, as well as some other yen-related currencies, so that we can have a perspective on where they are headed for the day or for the session. Okay, so we're starting off with gold. Quite interestingly, gold bought as speculated yesterday after the close of last week. Right, so last week's close on Friday was as a result of the NFC news release, which resulted to a short on gold, and it did just as we expected. If you remember, a couple of days ago, sometime last week, we told you guys that we wanted to see gold somewhere around here. Okay, so this was a very good point of interest for us. Although gold still went above it, but it's still around the point of interest. This is the breaker block where gold broke out of before we started seeing the sell plays. And gold retraced back into it. I'm expecting quite a similar play on gold going forward into today. That's why I'm bringing up the past. Now, I'm expecting gold to give some retracement into one of the following levels. I'm looking at it structurally, and this is a level I would want to see gold retrace into. This is one. And then the second one would be to have our premium discount array, seeing that the retracement is now fully in place. So around 50 and 61.8 levels, we have some interesting places where we might be seeing gold trade into. One of the levels is 2353.72 price points, because there's an old low that has been unmitigated and a fair value gap attached to it to the right hand side. And all these are happening around the premium entry side. So that's around 61. So for gold, my video. All right, so for gold on the daily time frame, we've been seeing structures to the upside. Sorry for that. I hope you can all hear me now. Yeah. Okay. So for gold on the daily time frame, we've been seeing clear bullish bias on gold, which is quite natural. But currently, we're seeing that after gold has given us an all-time high, we've been mentioning this for a couple of weeks now, that after this all-time high of gold, somewhere around the middle of May, we've been telling you guys that we're expecting sales on gold. I can see how that has been playing out. Even 2 weeks ago, last week, we've been mentioning the sales on gold. So you've been seeing very good short entries on gold all the while. So on the daily time frame, we know that structure is still bullish, but then we might see structure breaking the low anytime soon because there are so many unmitigated levels for gold to the downside. So this is what we're expecting to happen. We want to see a break of this structure on gold. But before then, we might see a very quick retracement of gold. And on the daily time frame, quite interestingly, we have another block just around where we have a point of interest on the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. So for gold, I'm expecting to see trade all the way somewhere around here and then start selling off. There's a very big fair value gap on the daily time frame around that region. Once gold trades into it, we'll be expecting to see further sales to the downside. Okay. Now, the next thing that we would want to look out for is the 1 hour time frame. Okay. I have some interest on gold on the 1 hour time frame. One of the levels that we marked, I'm seeing this level here as a potential pool of liquidity for gold. Okay, gold may be drawn to that pool of liquidity around this level. This is 50% of the whole swing. And then we're having an order block right there. Okay, so I'm interested in seeing gold trade into any of these areas. So we have 3 points of interest. One is here around 23.6 level. We have another one at 50 level, and we have another one at 61.8 level. But I'm more interested in the ones on premium because, like you all know, the old saying, you sell at premium, you buy at discount. So I'll be willing to obey that saying by buying where gold currently is. I'm willing to take more buys continuously to the upside all the way to around 2340 region and then 2353 region. These are the two places I'm willing to see gold buy into. All right, so that is that for gold. If you're seeing any entry signatures, be willing to take it all the way to the upside. Currently, on the 15 minutes time frame, we're seeing some form of box somewhere around here. We're seeing a box pattern around here. So we may see gold after this break of structure. Originally, when price traded all the way above here, I knew that the structure had not been broken because, like we all know, for the box structure, we need to see the left shoulder, a sweep, a break of structure, and then a return. So it's the break of structure that we are just seeing now. So I'm interested in buying gold from this level. When gold retraces to 2300 level, that's 2,300 price point, I'll be willing to buy gold further upwards all the way to 2330 region. Okay, so I hope the analysis on gold is very clear and you know what to do when price gets to our point of interest. Remember to apply proper risk management because um, even if you have the best of analysis and you do not apply proper risk management, I can't help you anymore. We will not be able to help you as much as we want to. Okay, so this is what we're looking out for on gold. Yeah, this may look like a criminal action because you're using 20 pips to catch 300 pips. However, this is Forex and it's very possible. So if we're able to get this entry, I'll be very happy, and surely we'll give you a recap on this if it should go in our direction. Even if it doesn't go in our direction, we'll still give you a recap on that. So this is my analysis. This is my bias on gold for this morning, and we'll be looking at it to see how it plays in our direction. Okay, so that is that for gold. Now for the yen basket, very interesting pair. Currently, with what we're seeing on the yen basket, I still expect sells on the yen basket continuously all the way to Friday. I'm willing to short yen basket from today into Friday because the Central Bank of Japan, the Ministry of Finance, and every other news that's coming out of Japan are all showing signs of dovishness. When we say dovishness, we mean they are having a bearish bias on their own currency. So we are not seeing any sign to show that they are willing to support it anytime soon. The only sign that we are suspecting may happen is what we call the intervention, and it happens usually it starts happening from UJ. Okay, so I'm going to show you that briefly. But for the yen basket generally, I'm expecting to see it retest this new all-time low that is created around here. I'm expecting a retest on this new all-time low. That is around 5667 price point. Okay, that's what I'm expecting to happen on the. This is what I'm expecting to happen on the Japanese yen. Okay, I'm expecting it to get all the way to this level right here. Now for GJ, I would like to even start from UJ because there's something interesting I want to show you guys. Now look at UJ. The price point of 160 has been protected by the Japanese government in the past. And I'm thinking we may see another retest of 160 Japanese yen to the dollar. Another retest possibly this week before Friday. So I'm willing to long the USD against Japanese yen going into this week to retest this level because it looks like there's a protection. The currency itself is protecting, the country itself is protecting the currency against hitting 160 price points. So we may see another retest of that level because they are just protecting it by buying their own bonds. So there is no clear indices to show us that Japanese currency is doing well as a result of the growth in the Japanese economy or the reduction of inflation. So it's just the government artificially intervening in the currency. So we might see UJ trade upwards. I'm just giving you the fundamental backing to that decision. And looking at it technically, we are clearly bullish on USDJPY. So we'll be looking to see another retest at around 160. When price gets to 160, I don't know what next is going to happen. But before then, the only thing I know that will happen is price is possibly going to retest that level. So I'll be looking for long positions on USDJPY. Yesterday, we saw Friday into Monday, we saw a very sharp entry somewhere around here, but most times we are not awake to get those kind of entries. So going forward for USDJPY, if I see any reasonable pullback from where price currently is, I'll be willing to take long positions. Or if I see positions where I would enter and then I'll be risking as little as possible, I'll be willing to take long positions. So whatever entry pattern that you're using, you can look out for long positions on USD because from the look of things, it's quite clear we're going to 160 price points. Okay, now we've seen the range, we've seen price manipulate out of the range. Now it has gone back into the range and now it's expanding to the upside. So at any pullback, I'm willing to long the Japanese yen all the way to the upside. So that's that for USD I'm looking at Euro JPY, very similar outlook. I'm looking to continue buying Euro JPY all the way to the upside. So if I see any pullback on Euro JPY, I'll be taking a long position on it. Okay, one of the places that I'm looking to buy Euro JPY to is to clear all this diagonal liquidity that is residing right here. If I see good retracements, I would be longing USD JPY. Same thing goes for GBP JPY. Once there's a clear retracement, just like the one that happened as a result of the Claremont change released earlier this morning, 7 a.m. GMT +1, we're expecting continuous buys of GBP JPY. So seeing that GBP JPY is giving me its retracement, I'm willing to go long continuously on GBP JPY going forward. Okay. So for GBP JPY, I'm willing to buy. For Euro JPY, I'm willing to also buy. Yesterday, we gave you some analysis like the one we showed you on GBP USD. We were long and it actually delivered. Same thing for Euro USD. We were quite long. We were bullish for the day and it kind of delivered based on our analysis. So if you were in the trade or if you took the trades yesterday, congratulations to you. If you didn't take the trade, don't worry, more trades are going to come up. Okay, so at this point, okay, so someone is pointing out that there is a box pattern on GBP JPY on 5 minutes. Okay, now I can see it. All right, so guys, are you seeing there's a box pattern? Thank you, Open for spotting that out. I usually don't like to journey to before 5 minutes time frame because of the noise around it. So looking at the 5 minutes time frame, this is a clear box pattern. We may see a return to this level around 200 price point, 200.000. If you see price return to that level, we'll be buying GBP JPY to the upside. Okay, someone else also spotted something around USD JPY. So let's check it out. USD JPY 1 hour box pattern. Let's check it out. Okay, so looking at the way things are, that price point is very far, and price may not possibly get to it before attempting 160 price point because of the distance. But if it happens so, we'll be willing to long USD I'll be very willing to go long on USD JPY from this level. What I mean is that if it comes to this level, I'm willing to buy USD JPY. So if in any event you see USD JPY around this level, we'll be going long from there. But if it doesn't, from where price currently is, we'll be looking for entries to the upside. Okay, so you said for a sell. Let me check. From what I'm seeing clearly, I don't think there is. Okay, I see what you're mentioning now. You're talking about this left shoulder right here. This one. Okay, so I guess this is the left shoulder you're talking about. Okay, so this is the left shoulder you're talking about. Yeah, so in this kind of scenario, what I would do instead of taking a sell from this spot, because of the fundamentals around USD/JPY heading to 160, I would carefully reanalyze this and wait for confirmation entry signatures to take this kind of trades. Because nothing is going to stop USD/JPY from busting above. All right, not even the box pattern, because fundamental news releases like this are very strong and they can change the scope of the market. So for USD/JPY, what I would advise you do, since this is going to be a very long ride to the downside, if USD/JPY is going to sell from here, we should be looking at profits, take profit around 170 pips away from the break of structure. So I would advise you wait for a break of structure before you take this box pattern entry. So you wait for a break of structure, or you look for other confirmatory entry signatures you can use to take this trade. Okay, so I'll say it once again: wait for break of structure in this kind of scenario, and when the market has given you clear entries, you can now sell it to the downside. Okay, so does anyone have any other question before we round up? So Cynthia mentioned earlier, and we also emphasizing on it, we'll be having our first live training, paid training, closed training, exclusive training in the city of Abuja in the month of July. So if you're around Abuja and you're looking for a structured place where you can learn properly, or you're looking for a place where you can structure your learning experience, or you're looking for a place where you can become a part of a community, a very close community that you can relate to and share your trading experiences with, get encouragement from, also be able to grow together, then this training is for you. We are making sure that we keep the numbers very small so that we can accommodate the people that are coming, and then we can give out as much value as possible to everyone who is coming. So if you know anyone in the city of Abuja, whether you yourself or your friends or relative who is interested in taking a Forex training and want close mentorship and want close training so that they can get the most value from it, then the ATM cash flow course, the Abuja edition, is for you. Reach out to us via our WhatsApp number 081 60 99 50 30. The phone number is right there in the chat box, 081 60 99 50 30. So once you send us a message, we'll get you onboarded as soon as possible. So make sure you are there if you're around the city of Abuja. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today's market caller. Okay, someone asks how to enter USDJPY trade to the upside. Well, I told you earlier, if from where price currently is, if you see your entry signatures to the upside, then you can take it. All right, for now, we're not seeing any box pattern that is going to show us the trade to the upside in the immediate time. But then the only box pattern that is showing up here for the buy is far away, around 155 spot, 500 level. So if we don't see price retrace all the way to this level here, then we'll be looking for sharp entries from where price currently is. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining today's market caller. Until we meet again during the New York session for the recap of the London session and also a brief analysis on the New York session. Wish you good luck and good trading. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask on the general Telegram group that you belong to. Until we meet again, cheers and God bless, guys.